is drink beer for breakfast. All I want to do is drink beer for breakfast.
It is 6:43 now, and you're listening to First Edition on AM 860 KPAM. It is Thursday morning, and that means the First Edition Beer Geek is in the house, and it is that time of year when the Beer Geek can't get enough of those festive winter ales. We just had the big Holiday Ale Festival in downtown Portland last weekend and told you all about that. Well, this weekend, starting tomorrow, it is the second annual Vancouver Winter Brewfest at Esther Short Park, and joining us live is the guy who's putting it all together, who I don't think has had much sleep and has still agreed to come on the radio this morning, Brian Davis. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for being with us here on KPAM. I think one of the most exciting parts of this festival is the fact that so much is happening in Vancouver these days when it comes to craft beer, and you're able to showcase it starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I mean, I think we've just seen a boom in the last couple of years, and we've got some great local breweries down there and downtown, and our downtown's just, I just think it's just popping really. But we got some great beers that we're going to be able to offer. About 7 from Vancouver, 1 from including from Washougal, which is Railside. But yeah, it's just really neat to see the growth here downtown Vancouver.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks, maybe just casual beer geeks, may be familiar with Mount Tabor, which has been around a while, but now you've got Lewitt, you've got Heathen, which is brewing some fantastic beers. Dirty Hands, which just opened in downtown Vancouver, West Highland and Railside, and even McMenamin's Columbia River. There's just been this explosion of craft beer in the Couve.
Yep, and we're doing it. So what's cool, too, is we've actually got a collaboration between 3 of those breweries that has come up with a collaboration beer that they're going to be serving at the festival. So they all got together, McMenamin's, Lewitt, Mount Tabor, and the McMenamin guys, and brewed a collaboration build called Wilbur's Longest Kilt. So everybody's going to be able to taste that. And, it's like 3 chefs in the kitchen, and it's going to be a special treat for everybody down there this weekend.
All right, so how does this work? I imagine you need a mug and
Yep.
drink tickets to get in. How do folks go about doing that?
So we've already done a pre-registered, so people that next year, they can pre-register early, a couple months in advance, but that's closed now. But it's $25, taxes included. You get a mug, you get 10 tokens. Each taste is a token, and 4 tokens is a full beer, so you get 2.5. It might not sound like a much, but we're dealing with some pretty high alcohol content beers too. So we've got 7, 8, 9% beers out there that people are going to be able to taste. So we want to make sure to be careful with that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I know the Holiday Ale Festival has taken some grief for charging $30, I think it was this year. And, 25, it seems steep, but what do folks get for that?
So they get a mug to get access into the tent. And they get a mug and the toasting or the tasting tokens, which is 10 of those, and then access all weekend. So they can come back. They don't necessarily, Friday maybe come after work for a little bit, and then they can pop in Saturday or Sunday. We're not trying to gouge people. We want to have an event, but it's a heated 50 by 110 tent downtown, and a lot of expenses there, but I think they're just going to enjoy themselves. Everybody had fun last year. At about 2,500 people, and we're expecting that to grow to about 3,000 this year, or possibly 3,500.
Yeah, I think the return trip is the way to experience this because, you mentioned the high alcohol beers, and you can kind of go little by little and just, taste your way kind of across the spectrum, maybe get there a little early one day to try to beat the crowds. Because I would imagine even with, 2,500 or 3,000 people inside the tent, it can get kind of busy at times.
It can actually, those Friday and Saturday nights get really busy. But the thing that's really nice, too, is we've designed it so that there's not too many lines. People commented last year that they were able to. We've got a nice beer tasting note, too, that actually explains all the beers to people. And so they can go taste the beer, go back out, sit with their friends a little bit, talk, and then go back again without having to, just stand in line and kind of power drink. And that's something we want to make sure we're not doing.
Right.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fun event. We're real excited about it. This is our 13th event this year that we're putting on. And we've got one more after this, but it has nothing to do with running because we put on other events as running. So strictly some great beers, and we get to showcase them and just decorate the heck out of it. Got some nice food vendors down there also, too, that people can partake in. And it's just going to be fun.
Well, you got a carbo load at some point, right?
That's right.
So do you get
also,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the other thing with the driving we talked about too is Bruvana is going to be available to do round trip tickets. So that's an extra $10 for the trip for them. They're meeting at Widmere, so you can get the max there if you wanted to from Portland and jump on Bruvana. They're awesome, and just get into the show that way too. So it's $35 for them, so an extra $10, but includes your travel ticket back and forth round
Well
trip.
worth it, yeah. And
Yeah.
if you're parking, if you're driving over, what's the strategy for parking there around Esther Short Park?
What's nice about downtown Vancouver is none of the meters are going to be operational on Saturday and Sunday, so after 5 on Friday, and plenty of parking downtown. I mean, we put on the Vancouver U.S. Marathon with 3,500 people and plenty of parking. So
All right.
it's going to be easy access for everybody.
Good deal. And I know sometimes the organizer, you're doing so much that you don't even get a chance to enjoy yourself. Do you plan to carve out some time for yourself over the next 3 days to actually drink some beer?
Yeah, that's why we have to open up at noon, right? So, no, our staff will get to after the shifts and be able to taste some of them, and yeah, it's awesome that we were able to do some of those type of things, and we want our team to have some fun with it too and enjoy the experience of these great beers. I mean, they spend a lot of time putting them together.
All right.
So we'll be able to Friday and Saturday night.
All right. Fantastic. Well, good job, Brian. Congratulations. It's great to be showcasing what's going on in the Couve when it comes to craft beer, and I hope you get a good turnout. It certainly sounds like you will.
Yep, we're going to do great. And don't forget, these beers you can actually go get in stores afterwards, too, which is, I think, kind of a treat for everybody during the holidays for Christmas and New Year's. So.
All right. Very, very cool. Brian Davis, he is the director of the Vancouver Winter Brewfest, which is happening this weekend starting tomorrow at Esther Short Park. Get all the details at vancouverwinterbrewfest.com and on their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/vancouver.winterbrewfest. And I will put all the details, including a link to the beer list, which everybody always wants, up on my blog at kpam.com later this morning.